Here in the education section is where I'm going, and you're going to be looking down in this list for the strat called the RICHIE trap. Okay. All right. So I've got that over here on the left, and we're going to go starting with some screen setups, but let me kind of talk in a drawing window first about how this typically looks on the setup, and then we'll go into some real live charts on what that looks like. Now, the RICHIE trap setup, again, this is how we are going to be looking for trapped traders. Okay, we've got a whole series on this. Remember, tonight's video is specifically to go directly into the details of it. If you want to learn all the details on the things, the pre-steps for all this stuff, and knowing our lesson library, you're going to need to go through that, the lessons 1 through 6 at least, to start in the free section. And members, make sure that you are correlating this with the core before you see this pattern setup. All right, so don't take this video as like everything, all encompassing. We're going to cover as much as possible, but these are meant to be short and quick to the point to find out what the RICHIE is. So what is the RICHIE? Let's look at what it actually looks like. I'm going to draw in some lines here. So we're going to have a drop, typically a little beehive trap, what we kind of call a little mess. It's going to look like a little miniature beehive. We're going to be looking like we're coming down a little bit farther. And we get the oomph and the oomph. Now, a lot of traders, what happens with this? This is what you're going to be looking for in the RICHIE. Okay, simple as that. I want you to be looking for this on your charts. That little setup right there. Now, you're going to need to have a big leg coming down. You're going to need one of those impulse legs coming into a zone. Right now, there can be all kinds of other things up on the left hand side. We talk about approaches to locations. You'll learn that in our distribution accumulation video series. That's, I believe, video number 13 in training. But this RICHIE setup, we are looking to find this trap. Let's talk about all the things that go on here as this trap setup comes in. First, you see the impulse leg. Lots of traders are going to be seeing this. This is kind of like all eyeballs on the market when you see a big drop into an area. Now, what we're going to be looking for is traders are going to be looking to get a continuation move off of a big impulse leg like this. And oftentimes this comes with some speed, this comes with some momentum, and everybody starts being like, oh man, did you see that move in the whatever? This can be NASDAQ, Dow, Russell, Emini, S&P, it can be a stock, doesn't matter. But this is the setup we're looking for. What happens is, as this comes into this zone, we start to get the little pullback zones. You might get a few traders just trying to catch a reversal right away. Okay, so we're going to try to remember how I've taught you guys how things get wrecked in the markets. You're going to be needing that little zone of accumulation, right? We've just come through a distribution. You got a little miniature accumulation right here. Oftentimes comes with a volume spike. In our case, we'll typically see something with some speed. We'll maybe see a cross come up in this location, but we're going to be looking for this first. You need to have this little, what I kind of call the chukka chukka chukka, very, very minute movement in this little space. And then the big move up and out, you're going to get some reversal traders trying to push this long, okay? And they might start to, okay, get excited about, pulling a reversal, but you're going to oftentimes have a lot of pullback traders. The ones that really get wrecked in this area are those pullback traders. Right here, you're going to have the ones that are trying to catch the, the mean reversal. Those traders are going to be trying to catch that move up. When they start to come back down, what ends up happening is they oftentimes will get very scared right here. They'll bail out. A lot of times their stops, first group of individuals who get stopped out are going to get stopped out right about here, right? They're going to put their stops, a couple ticks down below the low. All right. You see this big, and mind you, this V right here is kind of key to this whole thing. The V right here, really, this is sort of like that. This creates emotion. This V down, in this case, again, we're looking for a reverse, an upward movement. This plays the other direction as well. So, the RICHIE does not have to look like this. This is, I'm going to talk about the long situation. This also works in the opposite direction, okay? But this is an upside down V. If it's the other way, it looks like a V. You see this thing coming in. This drives that emotional movement. You get the continuation traders really trying to go, okay, pullback traders, some of them might get in. They're going to go short around here maybe as it continue to move. They get excited. They're pushing back in. Right here, they'll start to get heavy because they're looking over here to the left. They're seeing that distribution zone. This is actually, in general, if you're taking a pullback, this is where a pullback trader is going to try to take that and get that continuation move to get another downward leg, right? And they're looking for, they see this, and oftentimes what you're going to be looking for is the speed of the down move. Again, if this is slow and sluggish and it's grinding, okay, that's not going to be key. This is one of those things that you need inside of this Richie. Okay, the visual is one thing, but look, you're going to see these in different charts, but in real time, what creates that excitement and momentum around this pullback, you want to get a lot of pullback traders trapped in this zone, then quickly stop out the people who are reversals, and then I'll show you the next move that we're looking for. Remember, we're talking about an actual reversal trap strategy. We want to catch these guys off guard, and we're going to ride the other side of that position. Okay, so as the move starts to come down into this area, we typically want to see, we hope that we can get a small break of this pivot down here, maybe by 1 or 2 ticks, which is also in our wheelhouse. We call this a 1-tick wonder. Literally goes 1 or 2 ticks down below the current low, then starts to push back up in the opposite direction. Okay, so what does that look like? This trade tends to come down a little bit farther. We break that low. You'll see lots more traders. Oftentimes you'll push this break, you'll see a volume spike come in here. That's typically stops get and run, plus you get the breakout traders, right? So now breakout traders start to get in here. Let's list the other people who are getting trapped now at this location. Okay, breakout traders getting trapped right about here because they're like, okay, here we go. Oh, great. Okay, I'm entering in right here. I'm going to get short. Okay, they're trying to get short right here. You got the pullback traders getting in short, trying to get that down move. But all of that gets collected, accumulated, and what you will see next is a little maybe another and then voom, voom. Okay, at this stage, when the price gets to about this location, this is where the panic begins. Okay, let's do a little red here for the panic. Okay, right about that section at this move, watch for the panic. Okay, panic, and you may have been one of these traders at some point in your career. I think we've all been there. You learn this, you know, as you go, and you see these types of setups occur. Okay, it might give a little dunt, like, okay, we're going to keep going. Like, okay, oh, I feel better. These pullback traders and the breakout traders, you know, typically the reversal traders, they're like the least hurt here. Like they might have lost a little bit as they went down, but you know, they're like, let me just see what happens. Okay, they're watching this to see what goes. But you get these breakouts and the reversal trade, or in the pullback traders, really getting excited about trying to get that down move, but kind of does one of these and then whoop, and you're like, they get really, really panicky right here. Okay, reversal traders start to see this. They're like, oh man, I see a break of that high here. Let me see. Maybe I want to jump back in. They're maybe not ready quite yet. Okay, but this thing ends up doing one of these numbers, and next thing you know, we are off to the races. Okay, now this doesn't necessarily have to do this one, but when you see one of these, it's even more powerful. Oftentimes turns into, you'll probably recognize a J hook. I won't go into the details of that tonight. Those are in our other videos, but you will oftentimes see the J hook combined with this, which makes this very, very powerful. When you see the Richie plus the J hook, amazing work, right? In this structure, everything, if you are a veteran trader with us in AlgoBox, you're probably seeing, number one, you got a beehive. We've got our impulse leg. We've got our V down. We've got our 1-tick wonder. Then we've got our J hook. All of those should be starting to be recognized in some setup like this. And what we love even better, when we get a little green dot around here that gives us from AlgoBox. Again, I'm showing you guys a strategy tonight that you don't actually need AlgoBox for this, although you need the algo bars to really see this well. You can do this on other types of bars, not really minute bars, not any time-based bars, but on range bars or our algo bars. This is very, very visual, and I'm going to show you guys that here tonight. Now, the other way that this can form is a straight up move right above here. You get absolute panic mode right here. Oftentimes you'll see a big spike in volume right about here. You'll get a cross entry coming in from our Flowmaster product, and it's telling you we're ready to go. You might start to hear the audio box start to really get going when we get past this point, and everybody, I mean, you get these stop runs starting to pump. You get the reversal traders now jumping in. The momentum of this really shifts hard into that direction. Okay, now one other preface to all this: if you're using AlgoBox, again, these are for traders who are not using AlgoBox, this still works for you. But if you're using AlgoBox, one additional thing that you really want to have with you, the favorable direction. Okay. Now the favorable direction is either, you know, our red or our green. In this case, we're looking for a green favorable direction, and that reversal, we get this nice big move down. We're going with the favorable direction. This thing can be held very, very long. Okay, this is a huge trade. Oftentimes, you know, this can be at a minimum a 25 tick trade for your first target, and then often you'll just keep sitting that run. Especially, told you guys we talk about what time of day. Okay, what time of day does this play the best? During the beast mode. I got a bunch of red over there. Let's put it right here. I should say best time of day. Let's do best time of day because look, it can happen any time of day. But best time of day for one of these is between 1 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, also known as our beast mode hours, right in the middle of the day. This is where you can literally catch a continuation reversal that goes with the favorable direction, and this can be an all-day, rest of the day move if you're holding out those runners. Again, if you are in your final 40 days with us, we're practicing hitting those, you know, home run trades, and you're executing those. This is a great trade setup for that. Okay, so let's take a look at some live examples. Take some notes on this. Messy screenshot here. Maybe you want to take your own notes if you don't like my colorful crayon vomit. There we go. Okay, so let's take a peek at some live charts. Again, over here on the left in the strat section on the Richie, right over here inside of our room. We've got lots of screenshots. You can come and see these for yourself. All right, so we put in pop quiz. What do we have here? Now, you'll notice one thing. What do I not have here? I don't have the favorable direction, so I'm not going to be looking to ride one of these all day on one of these. And look at time of day. Okay, time of day, still a little bit more difficult right here. Actually, this is an after effect. Let me back up for a second. You see where this is? This short's favorable is actually referencing the after hours. This is actually a really nice trade setup. It's just not the ideal time of day, so you're not getting a huge run. But out of this trade, off of this Richie trade, this move up and out of here, if we are getting anywhere even close, let's just say 32.40 running to 32.60, that's 20 times, in this case the ES, it's 20 times 4, that's 80 ticks on this chart, folks. Okay, again, this is candy bar threes, so you know it's relative, but that is 80 ticks. That's huge, right? So $800 trade minimum, and again, it's rounding here, like let's call it 850, 900 minus commissions on a single contract for that big run. It's massive, right? Now, again, are you going to be able to catch it from end to end? No, I'm not saying that. However, if you hold this to the end of the day is right here, okay, and I'm rounding here. That's a lot of ticks. Anyhow, okay, you guys can get it. You guys are smart folks. Go take a peek at that one there. Time of day, you know, we're not going to get any more out of that because we're closing at the end of the day. This would actually, at the time, what I meant to say about this short's favorable, at the time where this entered in, what was this favorable direction? It was long, wasn't it? Right? And time of day for that, it came in at around 2 o'clock, just before 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. Okay, so it's after the beast mode. We really want to see that in the middle of the day. Let's take a, I don't have the time of the day. Oh, shoot. Here is a little alternative to the Richie. I told you guys it doesn't always have to break the bottom. That is just the ideal. But we've got longs favorable, right? We got the impulse leg down. We got the chukka. We got the bump. That is what you should see. This is the recognition of the Richie. One of these. We're entering, getting long. Now, where's your stop? Very, very simple. That's what we love about this trade entry. Your stop is literally just going right down below this area. Okay, so small stop, big target. This is a killer combo, profit factor galore. We'll show some of the stats from our members later on here at the end of the video and tell you guys how to kind of get involved if you are interested in learning some more of our strategies like this one. Again, this one does not require AlgoBox, but the algo bars definitely make this much more visual and easy to see. Okay, so we got longs favorable right here. This first trade entry, we are scalping in, and I'm certain we added into position as we got the volume coming in on this position. But this is a great, you know, this is what it looks like before the setup comes, right? We got longs favorable, we got the big moves down, we got the impulse leg, chukka, bing. Where am I looking to get in? Bam, right there, right? The closer to that edge on the bottom, the better. And even if you get in early, no big deal. We don't sweat a few tick stops, right? no big deal. We're putting our stop right down there in case it kind of breaks down, and you can swing at this 2 times, never 3. But remember, we give the 2 try rule, no problem. All right, so another one on this one. Long's favorable, looks good. What time of day? Close. This is around 10:30. So still not one that I might want to hold the whole day, but pretty darn close, right? So this one, I'm just looking like I'm targeting the top of this. If we get increased volume coming in or we hear the order flow, that's when I add to my position. We'll talk about that advanced level here at the end, but I wanted to make sure that you guys see some examples of this, what it looks like on our charts. Okay, there's a volume spike scenario, okay? Oh, footprint I need. Okay, I think I was trolling somebody talking about footprints or whatever, but when we get a volume spike, it's going to look like this. This is where I want to get big on a position if one is going to get going like that, right? That's what I want to see. However, with the Flowmaster product, it's even easier. Now we're going to see it right there on the chart, and it's not just about a volume spike. Remember, it is required speed and size of orders coming in at that location for order flow, our Flowmaster to fire off. Okay, here's one that's not on an algo bar chart. We've got, let's see, about the world's largest Richie trade, call Guinness. Okay, actually this, this is a little bit of a joke here, but we had the big down move, a lot of boom, boom, huge Richie trade, and this ends up like going on and on and on forever. This is a very, very large, this is a 26 range chart, but that ended up being a huge Richie trade, showing an example on something that was non-algo bar. Here's one in action. Again, let's see what we don't. I can't see long's favorable here. That might be working against us on this one, but same concept. You can see the Richie trap setup coming in right there. One of those visual things. We like to catch those that look really easy. This is what it looks like if your bars are a little bit more spread out. I can't see to the left of this, unfortunately, but you can see it from the higher time frame. We're coming in, we get the chukka chukka, vump, vump, nice little V, and then boom, spike and go. Right? Now we don't see that actual spike in volume, so I usually want to hold on that to get big. This is an old, I can tell this is an old image because this one doesn't even have our Flowmaster product on it, which is why, by the way, this video is on our old NinjaTrader 7 Vinny Emini archive YouTube channel. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the new NinjaTrader 8 stuff. We'll have more of the NinjaTrader 8 stuff now that we've released that within the last month or so. Let's see, this is what I was showing. So the entry point would go along at the bottom. Yes, so that was answering Amy's question there from one of our drawings. Here we go, another one. All right, I'll let you guys, come and take a peek at these on your own. We're gonna try to keep these videos nice and quick. Hopefully you guys got something out of that here tonight. Let's look at some of the results from our members. I'm gonna hop into the public room here and scroll through today. And got some of our members posting in their performance reports. $1,700 today, 72% profitable, and oh my word, look at that profit factor. Again, what our focus is here, big winners compared to our losers. This means 4.89 times the size of his losers for the winners. That is huge. Winners almost 5 times the size of his losers, and such a great percent profitable as well. All right, here's somebody trading a micros account. Again, you can trade micros or minis. $126, that is $1,200 in minis. 81% profitable. Look at this profit factor. That is outstanding work from Michael G. Holy crap. Pardon my French there. 26.25. Those are huge winners versus his losers. He might have been trading in the middle of the day. I imagine that is a beast mode set of trades there. Curtis, 100% today on 12 trades. Profit factor really doesn't matter there because of the 100%. 1350 today. Leanne, how'd she do here? 100% profitable, 2 trades, $1,500. I think she was saying she snuck away from work. Yeah, sneaked away from work and traded the last 30 minutes of the day. 30 minutes for $1,500. Excellent work, Leanne. Lunchbot results 33.37. Let's look at the profit factor on that. 1.73. Again, the bots aren't going to have as drastic a profit factors as you trading manually. Again, we recommend cyborg style trading. Cyborg is the mix of human and machine. The drawdowns are going to be a little bit more on the full auto, but 75% profitable, 1.73 profit factor. Awesome work. let's take a peek at any other morning results that we got from anybody. Here's Remel at noon today, 17.25 for Remel. Awesome work, sir. I think he actually closed out the day. I was working with him on his NTH stuff. I think he ended up closing out the day at 4,900 today. Huge moves for the Reemster. Superman, $625, 100% profitable, one trade. Hey, one and done, $625. Excellent work there, my friend. Still breaking the $500 trade. Holy cow, look at this, 3,300. Where is that profit factor? 7.93. That is 8 times the size of his losers for his winners, and 78% profitable. Awesome work there, JC. All right, folks, we are at the end. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel to see our other strategies. There are some videos specifically on things like this, the entries, the exits, the targets, all that kind of good stuff down in the other videos below. Make sure you come over here and watch the core lessons 1 through 6 and install that 2-week free trial. And if you want to get involved with us, just come say hello to us over in the public chat. We'll send you some details on how to get rolling with us. I hope you guys like that. I will catch you guys on the next one. For me, Pippi, Robbie, Lunchbot, Mod Squad, Curtis, G, and the rest of the gang. I'm sending out that big H-Town. See ya.